I want to raise the confirmation that President Trump will be coming to Ireland on June the 5th. And just to be clear, Sinn Féin fully respect the right of President Trump to visit this country. To be clear on that. But we have been consistent in protesting his policies. And we will be protesting when he arrives at Shannon. I'm very much struck, acting leader, by the irony of the fact that he'll be meeting the Taoiseach at Shannon. It wasn't that long ago that we saw Vice President Pence giving a cheerleading speech to US troops in Shannon, a pep talk, I guess, in our civilian airport. Except, of course, it's not a civilian airport, because anyone who flies from Shannon will know that you're always surrounded by hundreds of US troops. Happened to me again just a few weeks back. So it's a pity that the acting leader, because it always seems to be falling on you when I ask for a debate on Shannon. I've asked for 3 years for a debate on the US military use of Shannon Airport, and for 3 years I've been denied that debate. And as I said before, I can understand why. I mean, nearly 3 million US troops and their weapons have been transported through Shannon to and from US wars since 2001. CIA torture rendition flights have also refueled at Shannon, all in direct violation of Irish neutrality and international law, including the Geneva Conventions on War, Hague Convention 5, 1907 on neutrality, the Nuremberg Principles, the UN Convention Against Torture, and the UN Charter. So I certainly will be protesting at Shannon. I would encourage people to come and join in the protest. To be fair, Sinn Féin have been consistent. We protested against Obama's foreign policy as well. People often forget that President Obama bombed 7 different countries under his 8 years. So there's a consistent line in US policy that's very poor, but it's got an awful lot worse under Trump. His open racism, his misogyny, his warmongering, in particular in the last week against Iran, threatens the whole world in terms of a potential conflict. And I think it's important, and I want to make the point that we can recognise the importance of our relationships with the US and our close family ties in times with the US, and still take a principled decision to protest against President Trump. Now's the time to do so. I think a future generation will look in puzzlement if we don't stand up and be counted. I was there in 1984 when President Reagan came, and we protested at Shannon, and we were joined and led that day by Michael D. Higgins, now our president. So there's a proud tradition of protest, and I would encourage everyone to come out in June and protest against Donald Trump.